Hello, and welcome to the Wonder of Star Wars The Old Republic, episode number 32. Let's jump right into the quests we have waiting for us here, and then we'll have a little chat about what's been going on in SWTOR.
I dealt with the reactors. Revan's complex is defenseless, General Colvin.
Magnificent. After all these years, we'll finally learn what secrets Revan left behind.
Since you made this possible, it's only fair you be the first to explore Revan's complex. Find out what happened to the alien slaves, recover Revan's mysterious cargo, and return with your discoveries.
It would be an honor.
With the reactors down, your job will be considerably less impossible than before. Good luck.
Doesn't that just tear you up that we had such a connection to Revan and we pretty much just have to ignore it and never talk about it again from Drum & Koss?
I got what you wanted.
Let me... Yes. This is everything they were offering. I can't believe such scum were able to get their hands on these. My superiors will be pleased to see I was able to acquire them. Of course, those extra credits need to go somewhere, and you are the hero of the hour.
Hero of the hour and the dark side points of the hour. Hello everyone and welcome back. For those of you who watch on a weekly basis, I'm sure you've noticed that I have been missing the last 2 weeks or so. But if you've been keeping an eye on the various places that I post, you might have been able to figure out what I had been up to. Some very fun stuff is what I was doing. Let's see, where are we heading here? Did we already do this quest? Let's pick it up just in case. Oh, yes we did. Bye. I wish there was something to track that. The first thing that I got to do the first week I was missing was a very wonderful live stream with my friend and fellow YouTuber and streamer Kid Lee. And it was very cool. It was kind of based around that cartel sale that went on last week where BioWare was testing out how direct sale would work. So selling those very rare items directly for cartel coins versus just putting them into the random chance cartel packs. And it was more focused on fashion, obviously, because you know, you and me, we like fashion. We like Javiik to be the most beautiful kitty cat on the block. But it was so much easier to get fashion during that time, just because anytime anyone wanted to request to see something, I could just literally dump some cartel coins into the cartel market and buy it for them and show it off on screen. This is a cool area. Is this Revan's vault? With the music there, I think I'm gonna say yes. Yes, this is Revan's vault. This is such a cool area. I don't remember this area at all. Oh, of course the enemies come by. Oh, this is a public area. This is one you can come to while you're not even on a quest. Maybe this isn't Revan's vault. This is an abandoned factory. Okay, Javiik, get your slow walk off. I have people ask quite a bit, how do you do that slow walk where you're not running? It's the slash key, like a diagonal line key that's above your number keyboard on your keyboard, so on the right-hand side. So that stream went really well, in my opinion. It was really fun. I got to see some cool outfits that I'd not seen before, all kinds of outfits with crazy animations and effects and stuff like that, and I got to show off my crazy collection of millions, okay, not millions, but a lot of animal mounts. I'm in the right area. There's a secret recording here too, somewhere along the way. It says, explore Revan's past, bonus to find the first recording. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, there is a recording of that stream available on the channel. It's about 2 hours long, so I hope that makes up for a lack of Javiik. I just want to kill a bunch of droids. And the other thing that I got to do, I am so excited and extremely happy that I got to do, is a very, something just for me, nothing to do with YouTube. I've been wanting to do the new operation. It's called Gods from the Machines. Started being released about a year ago, and then it's been releasing a couple bosses every couple of months over the course of the year, and recently the last boss finally came out, and I'd only done the first two, and I think I even maybe did them on the public test server, not even like in their final stage. So I unfortunately, due to my work schedule, I often have a really hard time balancing my channel here and my work life and my just personal playtime. Or not my work life, my home life, like spending time with my husband. Very important thing to do in my life. And so my guildmate said, I remember you mentioned you really wanted to do this operation. We're trying to put together a raid for it, a raid group on the Imperial side. And whoa, what's with all these dead droids? Oh no. Come here, evil droid. I feel like something weird's going on here I should be paying attention to. Like someone was here before me. Aha. I believe there may have been someone here before me. These droids! They were here! Ah, and there's Revan's Hollow, awesome. So they said, because we'll be splitting it up over 2 different days, we'll grab that in a second after I'm done my story. Would you like to come along? We can push back the start time. We can start it later at night, and we'll have a total of 4 hours to get the whole thing done. We haven't finished the whole thing yet, but we've made some great progress on past weeks, so you can come along even though you're brand new. And it was so fun. Like, those bosses, I thought they would be kind of lame, because they're all robots. They don't, I guess, visually feel exciting or interesting, but the fights are so fun. They're so crazy. There's so much going on. I didn't know what I was doing half the time, but it was super fun to learn. And not only that, we got to the last, we finished all first 4 bosses on the first day, and on the second day we were expecting to spend all 2 hours on the last boss because he's supposed to be a lot harder than the other ones. And guess what? We finished it on the first try. To be fair, I was dead for about the last 5 minutes of the fight, but it doesn't matter. We finished it. It was super, super fun. Very cool mechanics. There's a special contest going on if you do it in the harder difficulty, the veteran mode. Oh, I guess we should go get the first hollow. Hey, look, there's a droid in here. And the class that I'm playing right now, I'm playing Lightning Spec Sork. And I was playing a similar kind of spec called, don't hate me, Assassin, Sith Inquisitor Assassin, which is the tank version of the opposite spec of what Javiik can't be a tank. Javiik can be a healer or a DPS. And that was very fun to actually spend some time learning that again. I hadn't played it for years. I died a ton, but I got to see all the bosses. I recorded it, but it's a mess, mostly of me running around like a chicken, so I don't know if I'm gonna post it. But yeah, so I had a very good, very fun last 2 weeks in SWTOR, that's for sure. Let's go back and get that special little recording of Revan. I'm gonna mute myself just so I don't talk over this because it's special. Go.
Madu ating. Puno namin ninga. Manub meraka naja.
Oh my gosh, when I said I would mute myself, I didn't realize there would be aliens talking. Let's start that over. The Revan was here yesterday. It is a gift to be in the presence. I felt the force. It travels below your skin, straight to the heart, the lungs, the gut, a warmth and a chill. The Revan says it is the force that feeds the infinite engine. We feed it with our thoughts. Our love, our hatred, all that we feel, it turns to energy and nourishes in return. They say we once lived without the engine, without the Revan. I do not wish to imagine such a life. Oh, short and sweet, short and sweet. I have to sit there staring at the words, but I did get a good glimpse of that alien's very interesting head. Get some sweet. Oh, Val, please go sell my stuff.
I'm unfollow.
What has been going on in Star Wars: The Old Republic? I'm sure most of you have seen that other video on our channel. There's still the talk and news of a 6.0 expansion, which is pretty darn cool. My grandfather's grandfather once stood in the presence of the Revan. It's hard to believe. They say we once lived on the surface and walked in the light of the suns and the moons. It's hard to believe. Here, the light of the infinite engine warms our skin and lets us look upon our faces. The Revan said to dedicate each newborn child to the machine. It is the first touch they feel when they emerge from their mother's bodies. The Revan said to give our dead to the machine. It takes back all that it gave them through the years and returns it to us as food, as medicine. Our homes are built and heated from the bodies of our dead. No one understands when I ask the question, would this seem strange? What did we give up when we swore ourselves to the service of the Revan? Thanks, Kemval. Thanks for the 5,000 credits. Thanks for your reverence of Revan! Kemval, what are we gonna do with you? We're gonna switch you out as soon as we have the option to, is the answer. Whoa! Hang on. Get a good look at this. This is cool as heck. So this is an area extremely connected to Revan, something he did hundreds of years ago, I believe. What its exact purpose is, I guess we haven't quite found out yet, but it's awesome how many little hints of Revan exist in this game. So for example, we had the quest on Droman Kos. We had that was very, very cool. Not only is there the Revanite camp there, there's the area where we saw the actual vision of Revan. Look at this, what's this? It's some of those thingies. They look like Jedi. Do they have lightsabers? And then you have this area right here, and this is an Imperial only quest as well, I believe. I don't think you can do this Republic side. Then there's the whole expansion dedicated to it. There's about 4 flashpoints that are highly related to Revan and everything he had in I guess the Star Wars The Old Republic era. The Shadow of Revan is kind of its own brand new storyline. Oh, just so cool. Very, very cool. Let's get this quest going. Where are you? I saw the quest marker. Here we go. Oh, no, wait. I want to find his final thingamabobber. Would that be up ahead? Oh, I don't want to miss out on his other holopad thingy. Oh, there it is. I did miss it. Darn it! Too busy slow walking. Before I started this episode, I almost got distracted and didn't end up playing at all. I found a wonderful thread called "What are your controversial opinions about Star Wars The Old Republic?" and I was just in that thread. I was so angry. I was like, oh, I don't agree with that opinion at all. It was pretty funny. I was pretty worked up about some of the things people said, and I was like, oh, I should let this go and go play my game. Do not lose faith, my brothers. For 2 tens of generations we have kept our pledge. We will not emerge before the sign. The Revan left us words to live by. There will be a sign. Someone will come. We'll seek the machine. Someone worthy. Like Javiik. Hold fast to your purpose, for that time will come. Your children will see that day, or their children, or 100 generations hence. Hold fast, for the day will come when we are tested, and we must be ready. Will it be worthy soul who breaches our defenses, or must we kill and die to defend the Revan's legacy? And here's where we get to find out. One of the funniest controversial opinions I saw was that I think it's ridiculous that SWTOR hasn't released a new class. And I'm like, a new class is like one of the most requested things there. Like new races, new class, people ask for those all the time. You honor us with your presence, Great One. Welcome to our home. We are servants of the Revan, custodians of the infinite engine.
I don't see anything infinite looking around here.
Can you not feel this wondrous machine's power? The ages pass, and the infinite engine grows. It was the size of a fingertip when we came here, and it sustained few. Now the infinite engine is large enough to sustain many of our people. It fulfills our every need: food, clothing, tools, and even weapons and mechanical beings. There's the option. I'm taking it.
Tell me everything you know about the infinite engine, starting with where it came from.
All we know is that the infinite engine was once part of an even greater machine, one that built the Revan's mighty empire. More than that, we cannot say. Only the Revan knows the infinite engine's secrets. We are merely caretakers. If you become a servant of the Revan, the infinite engine will also provide for you. Oh, this is tough. Okay, you can say, surrender the infinite engine, I serve no one, and don't make me kill you. Oh, Javiik, the former slave, I think his option is pretty clear.
I have better things to do than join your little cult.
That's not it. The Revan decreed only those who nurture the infinite engine may reap its bounties. Without the infinite engine, our people will wither and die. However, we are willing to gift you a seed from it. That's cool. The seed will require many ages of nurturing, but one day you'll have an infinite engine just like ours. The Empire won't wait, or you have a deal. Javiik thinks that's pretty cool. I don't know if Javik's really buying that it's actually an infinite engine. And Javik's never seen someone whose face was upside down either, so he's okay just scoping things out.
Give me this seed, and I'll leave you alone.
Gathering the seed will diminish our infinite engine for a time, but our people will survive. Farewell. We will take the infinite engine deeper into our home and await the Revan's return. Revan's dead, you moron. I don't think Javiik feels that way.
Your gift is most generous. Tell the Revan I said hello if you see him.
The seed is yours. Go in peace. Javik's like, I already saw the Revan down on Dromakas. He's not here, so don't you worry. It's so cool. It's an egg. Oh, Chem Valley just ruined my sweet, sweet shot. Let's get out of here. That was interesting. I was kind of expecting there to be more to it. I don't know, some more lore or something. I mean, I was kind of a one and done. Oh, I didn't finish Revan's journal. I almost ran out without hearing the last part. Thank you, quest markers, for making me aware of my surroundings. Go away, Kimball. Get lost. Me too. Me too, Kimball. Fools on both sides, all who thought the Starforge a mere weapon. Oh! I can't read that fast, man! I was hoping it to be Revan to talk to me. Fools on both sides, all who thought the Starforge a mere weapon. They didn't know, they never wanted to know. It is the seed of worlds, such power, even in a fragment. A fleet, that's what I made of it. Almost laughable now. What of its smallest piece? It cannot build ships. It can build air, life. It feeds on the force, on energy, on mass, on whatever you give it, and it creates. It begins where we all began, a breath of air, a drop of water, the first chains of carbon. Why bother with fleets when one day we might build our own galaxies? Now that's a good quote. Why bother with fleets when one day we might build our own galaxies? That's awesome. I'm sorry. I'm very happy with this quest. Remember how a few seconds ago I was complaining about how I was hoping there was more? That's a pretty good more. A journal from Revan himself. But as far as the seed quest goes, I assume we get to choose whether we give it to the Empire. I don't want to turn that over. I just want to hold on to it and, like, you know, let it grow. Pass it down to Javik's mom, who will then take care of it with her cult. How does that sound for a cult's purpose? And the healing cult of Javiik? Speaking of WONDERTALK, I apologize for those of you who are interested in that part of the segment, but it was getting very rough for me to record WONDERTALK. What happens is I come directly home from work, come record Wonder Star Wars The Old Republic, And then I also have to go record and think of what I'm going to do for WONDERTALK, and usually by then I am exhausted. So probably going to have to consolidate it down to one series. I hope you guys aren't too frustrated by that. Just poor Swtorista is a very tired Swtorista when she gets home from work. Oh yeah, we have a speeder, don't we? This is where we're starting to really feel the lack of quick bars. Oh, we could never even buy the one that lets you mount on the go, because even if we got enough credits, we wouldn't be able to hold enough at one time to pay for it. Darn it! The darn subscribers, they're oppressing my people, my free-to-plays. I heard about a very cool, very cool project the other day that I'm pretty excited to know it exists. I know, at least Google says, a large majority of you are misters and dudes and young men, and but I'm sure this project is at least a little bit interesting to you. It's called Looking for Leia, and it's a docu-series, so a couple episodes of documentary revolving around the fangirl community, I guess you could call it, for Star Wars, on all the aspects, whether it's cosplaying or fanzines that people used to create back in the old days. I'm sure it'll have some role-playing in there somewhere, and it's definitely going to be covering some gaming, I heard. So very cool. It's something I'm just excited to see it exist, because there's not really that many girls in Star Wars. So you guys sometimes make jokes like, oh my god, in the comments, it's a girl! I didn't know girls were real! And as silly of a statement that is, I think in my guild there's about 30% girls, and that's like an incredibly high amount compared to most guilds. Like my first guild I was in, I was literally the only lady there, and most guilds had 0 ladies. Like, so I'm very excited for that to come out and see how it goes.
Here is the secret Darth Revan was hiding from us in that complex.
What?
Don't give it to him!
That tiny speck was all you found in a vast complex.
Javiik! Let's lie. He didn't lie.
The slaves were all long dead. This was the only thing of interest left.
Disappointing. If I didn't know better, I'd think someone else had beaten us to our prize. I can't help feeling we're the victims of an awful joke. Apparently Darth Revan had quite a sense of humor.
There's nothing more to be gained from Revan's complex.
I hope the Emperor isn't as disappointed as I am. Regardless, you've
don't
risked your
care.
life to help my operation.
Give me my
I'm
seed.
grateful. I'll send the fragment to Drummond Cast for study immediately.
I think we know exactly what we need Javik's mum on Drummond Cost to recover.
I'd love to chat, but I really must run.
I've just received a request for assistance from my colleague Major Damrus in network access. If you visit that sector, he could use you.
I'm so mad. So, I was gonna say, let's retcon it and say that Javiik kept it, but I think it'll be a bit more fun of a story to have Javik's mum be somehow the one who has to recover it from Drummond Cost and keep it safe. Alright, let's head down to network access. So, for Star Wars The Old Republic news. Star Wars news, I believe the new... there was a recent Han Solo trailer that came out. I'm not sure, but I know the movie is coming out next month. I'm not sure I'm gonna go see it or not. The movie had a lot of problems in production. I couldn't detail them for you right now, but I just know it was issue upon issue upon issue. So I'm a bit worried about its quality. I'm also a bit worried about its Han Solo. As cool as he is, I don't know how much of a story his background could make. Like,
Please select an available travel route.
Like, I
Have
would
a safe and
totally
pleasant
watch the Sith Warriors or the Jedi Knight story as a movie from Star Wars The Old Republic, but I'm not sure I would want to watch the Smugglers alone. Yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff in the Smugglers story, but it's more like individual moments, quips, funny phrases he says, funny situations, versus an actual, like, cohesive story that I'd really like to see. Star Wars The Old Republic news. Like I said, that sale recently ended, that special sale, so I'm very curious to see if they're going to let us know what they made of the sale. Like, did they do well? I know they obviously won't tell us how much they sold and stuff like that, but was it like successful? Did they learn anything from it? Was there any things that were especially interesting that sold a lot of? For example, I bought 300 copies of a certain emote that was not No Bones, and I'm wondering if someone was looking at that number going, what the heck? Why were people buying so many of this emote? It's not that good. Yeah, that's obviously what they sound like in BioWare Austin. What I'm most interested in is if they decide to veer more towards the direct sale model versus the random packs, because that's kind of a more, I guess you could say, moral way to play. And it's also there's been all that controversy about loot boxes lately, so I guess we'll see how they take it. You know, it's a very interesting economics kind of question. Whoa, what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. This is a freaky kind of place. Alright, alright. Oh, this is my cult! Oh, I didn't even recognize where I was. Oh my god, we got a freaky cult. Very freaky cult. I think those are supposed to be like healing pods, but for anyone who's done the Dread Seed quests, if you can get a Dread Seed decoration, and that's what it's inside of. So it's not exactly a healing tank to me.
Sith, will you look at this place? Dagon Strel himself couldn't generate this kind of crowd, and neither can Palladius anymore from the looks of it.
I'm growing tired of all this. Patient Javiik is not patient.
When will that fool show his face?
Soon, if he wants to have any cult left. Real soon. I'm sure of it.
My lord, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They said they'd kill me. They said they'd kill me if I didn't.
I like that you can kill him before even asking what happened.
Who said they'd kill you?
Palladius's men. They said they'd kill me if I didn't bring you this.
It looks like a hollow device. Let me see here.
Ah, Sith. Good evening. How good to talk to you again. I'm sorry to use such an unconventional method to contact you, but I had to be sure you got the message. You understand?
If you're trying to intimidate me, you failed.
Yes, but I think your followers understood perfectly. The truth is, when you first attacked my cult, I was angry, frustrated. And then I realized, you're Zash's apprentice. All this trouble is just about some silly artifact. Let's let bygones be bygones, We can meet at my place, in network access. We'll chat. I'll give you the artifact, and all will be mended.
It would be my pleasure to take the artifact off your hands.
I don't like it, and there's no way I'm walking into this guy's house.
I promise. No tricks, or may I die creditless on Tatooine scrubbing a Jedi's back. Time to consider my offer, but not too long, or my good mood may sour. And bring your friends.
Lying son of a hut. You're not seriously considering it, are you?
Do not listen to the little coward. We will devour the Sith, my master. Yeah, we can go. We can devour him.
I'm going, Destris, and you're coming with me.
You can get yourself killed if you want, but I didn't keep out of Palladius's reach this long just to walk into his grip.
Wah, wah.
No, don't you see? Sure, it's probably a trap, yes, but this is our chance to strike at him.
Fine, but I'm going in with both eyes open.
I'd like to know if you... Oh, I got a new type of armor. Let's see, take a look at that. I should really check this stuff. That one's cool too. Oh, that's cool too. Oh, these are exactly the same. I want to see what it looks like. Don't hate me, fashion's important. Whoa, Javiik! Oh man, we're needing some unified colors for this outfit. That's pretty cool though. It definitely looks like a battle uniform. I'm very grateful that we have the outfit selector that we set up earlier, right? Yeah, there we go. There's Javik's outfit. Do we get Implants. Oh my gosh, we got so much good stuff. And I'll look at all that later so you don't have to watch me very boringly go through stats. That's something else I did for the first time since Knights of the Eternal Throne came out. I actually did my gear, like going through stat by stat, and oh my gosh, that is a lot of work. I'm very lucky that I can use my time on the train. It's kind of like downtime. I can't really do much anyway, that or like watch Netflix. It's a lot of work when you have a level 70 character and you've got to sort out like all your mods and all your augments and all your command tokens and all your unassembled gear and stuff like that, and it's an incredible amount of knowledge that you need to know how to optimize your gear and where to get the gear and how to make good use of the gear you have. And I started writing a Gearing It level 70 guide, but it just keeps growing and growing, and there's so much more I need to add to it. For example, I very rarely play DPS characters. I like to play tanks because I really enjoy the mechanics of the fights, and the tanks use the mechanics the most. And I sometimes like to play healers just because, I don't know, healing's fun to me, I guess. Damage, doing damage is the one where I lose focus the least because it's the most repetitive to me. And for a damage character, I learned that at level 70 there's some very interesting, I'm not sure if they're called bugs. Basically, the way players figure out what kind of stats you need is by using mathematical equations to theorize what the most amount of damage you could do is based on what your stats is. So if you have a total of X alacrity and Y critical and Z accuracy, how can you portion those all out so you can make the most damage or the most amount of damage in one time in a certain period of time, like a boss fight? And there is a more recent philosophy that's called the alacrity bug that makes some serious changes to... Are you guys bad guys? No, this is a cool area too. To how people are calculating what stats they should have. It's very interesting. Basically, it has something to do with the way alacrity, which is how fast you do your abilities, and how it's rounded. And if you do it just the right amount, you can make it give you basically an extra ability every something between like 13 and 15 abilities. You'd get like a free one, which would do more damage than throwing the points into crit and just having each ability do a little bit more. It's very, very cool and crazy, and it like boggles my mind that people are able to spend so much time figuring that stuff out, and then on top of that they're willing to share it with everyone. It's pretty cool.
A moment, if you please, my lord. Major Damaris, Ministry of War. Your skills are needed for a mission of great urgency.
What's this got to do with that hut?
Kabura the Hutt. Ah, it has everything to do with
My
me.
associate, Kabura the Hutt. His cartel operates the Network Access District, the central hub for the entire galactic holonet.
But someone is trying to steal network access from us. They've broken bodily into our data center. Soon they will control the whole holonet.
This is a major threat to Imperial security. Breaching the Hutt's defenses and assuming this level of control should have been impossible. We need you to investigate. Immediately.
I'll be glad to find the culprit for you, Major.
Your skills make you uniquely suited to deal with this. The main data center is almost impenetrable. A series of well-guarded consoles is spread throughout network access, each with its own time-sensitive code. Get all the codes, then hurry to the data center. Once you reach the data center access terminal with all of the timed codes, we'll contact you with further instructions. Is that clear?
Get the codes, blast the consoles, call you when I'm there.
Be warned, none of our droid patrols are responding to our commands. They will attack
Best
on
of
site.
luck.
That's not good. Kabura the Hutt. Woohoo! Level 41, Narshadr. Oh my. I love going in the Imperial Intelligence rooms. They're always really cool and filled with computers. But yeah, so you've got to like figure out not only like there's threads where you can see the ideal stat distribution for each class, but then you got to make sure to do some research to find out if that's even the most recent one. And then you start finding about this alacrity bug and like not even every class, as far as I can tell, has been tested. So there's some that's been tested and confirmed, and there's kind of theories about what types of classes it would work best on. And if anyone understands that, like something about like it'll work well on classes with, I don't remember the exact phrasing, something like immediate burst attacks. I would love to hear a better explanation of what types of classes this alacrity trick works with. Hey, look. Oh, nope. You know what? Heroics from people.
Lovely, what a marvelous specimen. Power flows from you like a conduit. What wonders would you conduct with a little special wiring?
What are you trying to sell?
Myself, my hands, my thoughts, my time. They all shape my creations. The Empire sees the beauty of my work. They're prepared to offer me a lucrative contract for my latest reflex booster. I just have to assure them that the product performs to specifications. You could help me highlight their effectiveness.
What do you want me to do?
I've been selling my implants to a rather vicious band of gangsters at cost. Now I need to show how much they've improved. Deploy this medical probe before provoking them, and it will record their performance. Simple, yes?
Define provoking them.
Just walking through their turf is justification for violence in their small minds. Don't hold back. This should be a true test.
That's messed up. But Javiik's like, need credits. They're evil people anyway. Also, I know it's a stock line, but I love that line so much I could listen to it over and over. What do you want me to do? There's something about the tone of voice of that one that makes me really happy. It's just so cranky, so exasperating. This is also a very cool area. Ah, this area is so neat. This wall is so neat. Oh wow. Someone got burnt out there. These guys are evil. See, we heading the right way? Yes, we are, but we need to go down here. I see a glowing blue terminal. And then I also learned that during the 5.9 update that is going to be releasing a new flashpoint called the Anathema Conspiracy. Once again, not the Asylum Conspiracy, the Anathema Conspiracy. And in that flashpoint will drop schematics for better augments. If you haven't run into augments yet, they are a way to upgrade your gear even further than the normal ways you upgrade it. Yay, I pressed the button. I also really... Let me just check quick, see what settings I'm running on. Graphics, Ultra. This, what's unfortunate is many of the older armors, for example, this robe has probably been in the game since the game launched. They didn't upload them in the highest quality. So unfortunately, when we get into the cutscenes, when it zooms in, you can kind of see the stretching in the pixels, and it's not as detailed as the newer armor in the game. Unfortunately, the only way we would get the newest armor in the game is by getting it from the cartel market, or likely buying an expensive... Because we like the black robes. They're fairly expensive on the GTN. I don't even know if we could afford them on our free-to-play limits. Hopefully we'll be able to get some cool gear along the way while we are... While we are, once we get closer to level 50, what's funny is we're going to be able to get to level 60, even though we're on a free-to-play account, which is kind of weird. Kind of messes up my experiment, because we got the free, there was a while ago, there was the free Shadow of Revan and Rise of the Hutt cartel expansion, but my account's still going to be free-to-play, so that's going to be some interesting limitations I'm sure we're going to run into. I guess we'll see how it goes. Aha, computer. So they've mostly been talking a little more about what's coming in 5.9. Oh, hey look, creepy water. we know now that in 5.9 there's going to be a... Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. A Rishi stronghold. Yes, a stronghold on Rishi, which is an area that you can only have access to at level 60? No, level 55?
Excellent. Kabora.
I'm entering my master code now. It's working. The doors are opening.
Then this is it. Hurry into the data center, locate the SWTOR, and eliminate him.
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Be ready for anything. Dammer us out.
Sorry, you have to have access to... Oh, I don't have any place! Caval, you were supposed to sell stuff for me! And there's no vendors nearby! It's okay, there's a vendor over there. We're gonna be alright. You have to have access to the Shadow Revan expansion to get to Rishi, basically, so that's kind of interesting. They definitely blocked off the Umbara flashpoint is very blocked off to players who had subscribed recently. Manon is blocked off to... Yes, I guess you could buy it with cartel coins, but in general you could access it, I think, as a free-to-play player. I'm not entirely sure if you could fly to Manon or not. But either, it was like 2 million something credits, I think, so it'd be too expensive to buy as a free-to-play character anyway, or even as a preferred player. Okay. Sell some stuff, sell this extra thing we had, sell this old thing we had, sell this thing we don't need. It's boring. I hate this part of playing. Yeah, we have so much good gear here. Let's equip some of that real quick. This one, yes I do. This one, yes I do. This one, yes I do. Numbers are green, so I'll wear it. Not useful. Useful. That was tank stats, wasn't it? That's okay. I know one of these implants is useful. Sorry, I lied to you. I told you I wouldn't do this till after. Get rid of these. And now we have space in our inventory. Do we need an earball? Nope, we don't need an earball.
Please use all products only as intended.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Be well.
Thank you, Mr. Vendor. Thank you for making our life more accessible. So we don't know. We've seen a few more screenshots about Nathema, a new flashpoint. If you're at all curious about that, they are able to be seen on the Star Wars The Old Republic Twitter. Just search for Twitter SWTOR on the Google and you'll find them real fast. We're fighting some thugs. Some punks, some thugs. Street skifter gunslingers and street skifter cutthroats. It's a techie punk. Gunslinger. Oh, gunslinger's one I need. The Rishi stronghold. I've seen a lot of people saying that they're hoping it's going to be on the beach and there will be riots if this Rishi stronghold isn't on the beach. They're also saying they're going to be doing something interesting with this stronghold, something they haven't tried before. We don't know exactly what that means, or not even really solid guesses what that could be referring to, so I guess we'll just kind of see if they manage to make it work. If not, we'll probably never hear about it again. For the Nathema conspiracy screenshots, we saw something very interesting. In the story, Nathema is a very lifeless planet, and it's been lifeless for, I think, over 1,000 years, since the Emperor came into power, even before then, I believe. And I won't spoil exactly what happened to it, but a very dead planet, dead to the Force, dead, lifeless, like, only like force mishapen beasts, and like I don't even think there was any plants or anything. And when they show these screenshots, it is beautiful. It's like starting to have plants growing all over it. It has kind of a forest, kind of like Yavin 4, I guess you could say, kind of feel, and life is returning to the planet. So it's very cool, and tons of player speculation about how this could be. Tons of players making fun of the fact that it's regrown so fast and like assuming that this was a mistake by the developers. Personally, I think it's the Force returning to the planet is healing it, regrowing it, like healing a wound in the Force, if you've ever heard about that theory. And just very cool, and it's neat to see just what everyone has to say about what they think those just little screenshots of what it could be like could mean. Like, we don't really know even why we're going to Nathema. Nathema is a very key planet in some of the lore of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Not stuff that happens directly in the game, things that happened, like I said, thousands of years ago. And it's also tied into the story of Valen and Valkorion, who are characters in the Knights of the Eternal Throne and Knights of the Fallen Empire storylines. Very key characters. So we did something there in those expansions, but it seemed like it was a pretty open-close case. Like, we're not sure what would bring us back to that planet. So I'm quite excited to see. What? I was supposed to be recording the fight with them? Oh my gosh. I think this is a good time to call it a day before Swtorista smashes her computer. So by the time I see you next time, we'll be a little bit closer to that 5.9 expansion that's coming out in May. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye!